Ladies and gentlemen, the woman who walks alone is not just a figure of solitude, she's a force. You see, when you walk alone, you're not just walking in isolation, you're walking in strength, you're walking in defiance. You're walking in the truth of who you are, in the silence of your own convictions. You are walking with purpose, even when the world does not understand it. Now, this world, this society will try to tell you that walking alone is something to be feared. They'll try to make you feel like you're missing something, that you need others to be complete, that you need approval, validation, and comfort from those around you. But let me tell you something. The strongest people, the ones who change the world, the ones who leave a mark on history, are not the ones who walk with the crowd. They are the ones who walk alone. They are the ones who trust themselves when everyone else doubts them. There's a power in walking alone, a power that comes from within. It's the power of self-reliance, the power of knowing who you are, and understanding that your value doesn't come from anyone else's recognition. It doesn't come from society's standards or from the opinions of those who do not see your vision. The woman who walks alone is not afraid to stand in her own light, even if that light burns brighter than the world is ready for. She doesn't need the approval of the crowd to know she is worthy. She knows that her worth is inherent, that it is not given to her by anyone else, and it is certainly not something anyone can take away. Walking alone doesn't mean you don't have people in your life. It doesn't mean you shut everyone out or that you reject help when you need it. But what it does mean is that you don't depend on anyone else to make you feel whole. You understand that your journey, your path is your own to walk. You know that the challenges you face, the obstacles that seem impossible, are opportunities for you to dig deep and discover the strength you didn't even know you had. You see, the world is full of noise. There's always something pulling at you, trying to divert you from your purpose. It can be tempting to listen to all the chatter, to seek comfort in the opinions of others. But I'll tell you this, if you listen too closely, you'll miss your own voice. And your voice, the one that speaks from the core of your being, is the only one that matters. There are moments in life when you'll face adversity. People will try to knock you down, tell you that you're not good enough, that you don't belong. And when you're walking alone, those voices can seem even louder. But let me remind you, those voices are not your truth. They are the voices of fear, of insecurity, of those who can't see the greatness within you. The woman who walks alone knows that adversity is not an enemy. Adversity is a test. A test to see if you can stand up not to anyone else but to yourself. Can you trust yourself? Can you look in the mirror and say, I got this? You will face moments when you feel like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. And in those moments, you may feel alone. But let me tell you, you are never truly alone. The strength you need is already inside you. It has been there all along, waiting for the moment when you choose to step up and own it. The woman who walks alone doesn't wait for permission to succeed. She doesn't wait for the world to give her an opportunity. She creates her own path. She understands that success is not given, it's earned. And it is earned through hard work, dedication, and most importantly, through belief in yourself. It's easy to get discouraged. It's easy to look at the obstacles and think that they're insurmountable. It's easy to doubt yourself when others are telling you it can't be done. But let me tell you something, doubt is a liar. Doubt will tell you that you're not capable, that you're not strong enough, that you're not worthy of success. But the woman who walks alone knows that doubt is just a feeling, not a fact. She knows that the only thing standing between her and her dreams is her own belief in herself. When you walk alone, you have to face your fears. You have to look them in the eye and say, I will not be controlled by you. You have to walk through the fire, knowing that on the other side is something greater than you could ever imagine. And you have to do it with the understanding that the road may not be easy. It may not be smooth. But let me tell you something, the harder the road, the sweeter the victory, the greater the challenge, the more rewarding the triumph. You see, the woman who walks alone isn't afraid to fail. She doesn't let failure define her. She doesn't let it stop her from trying again. Because she knows that failure is not the end, it's just a lesson. It's just part of the journey. It's a reminder that success is earned, that it comes from persistence, from resilience, from the courage to keep going even when the world tells you to stop. The journey isn't easy. There will be moments when you feel like giving up. There will be days when you question yourself, when you wonder if it's all worth it. But I'm here to tell you that it is. It is worth every struggle, every setback, every moment of doubt. Because at the end of that journey, when you look back, you will see the woman, you become the woman who overcame it all. And that, my friend, is the victory that no one can ever take from you. The world needs more women who walk alone, We need more women who are willing to take risks, to step outside the comfort zone, to challenge the status quo. We need women who will break barriers, who will rise above the negativity, who will lead with integrity and strength. The woman who walks alone is a force for change, a beacon of hope, a living testament to what happens when you trust yourself and never give up on your dreams. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. The road will be long. There will be moments when you feel like you're walking in the dark and you won't know where the light is coming from. But understand this, it is precisely in those moments that you will discover who you truly are. It is in those moments of darkness that your light will shine the brightest. And don't be afraid of that light. Don't be afraid of the power that lies within you. It is your birthright. It is yours to claim. And when you claim it, when you stand tall in your truth, when you walk that path alone, you will inspire others to do the same. You see, walking alone doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're lonely. It means you're strong enough to face the world without needing anyone to tell you that you can do it. It means you found something inside yourself that no one can take away. It means you found the courage to be yourself, to walk in your own shoes, to live your life on your own terms. The woman who walks alone is unstoppable. She is a warrior, she is a dreamer, doer, creator, and she will continue to rise no matter how many times life knocks her down, because she knows that every setback is just a setup for a comeback. And no one, no matter how hard they try, can take that away from her. So if you're walking alone right now, don't be discouraged. Don't let the world make you feel like something is wrong with you. Understand that this is your journey. You are exactly where you need to be. And when you keep walking, when you keep moving forward with determination and belief in yourself, you will reach places that others can only dream of. Keep walking. Keep pushing. Keep believing. Because the woman who walks alone is a force that cannot be stopped. The woman who walks alone is strong and self-reliant, trusting her own abilities and inner strength. She doesn't depend on the approval or validation of others, and she recognizes that her value comes from within. Walking alone requires facing adversity head-on. The woman who walks alone knows that challenges are opportunities for growth and self-discovery. She embraces failure as a lesson and continues to move forward with resilience. Self-belief is crucial. The woman who walks alone doesn't let doubt or fear dictate her path. She understands that her success is earned through persistence, hard work, and the courage to keep going despite setbacks. By walking alone and embracing her own journey, she becomes a beacon of inspiration for others. The woman who walks alone leads by example, showing others that it's possible to rise, break barriers, and live authentically. When we talk about self-reliance and strength, we're not simply discussing physical power or mental toughness. We're talking about the deep, unshakable belief that within you lies all the resources you need to handle life's challenges. It's the realization that you are enough as you are, and that your true strength comes not from others, but from within. It's the understanding that the world may push you, test you, and even try to break you, but at the core of your being, you have an unbreakable will, a power that no one can take away. Self-reliance means trusting yourself to make decisions, to trust your instincts, and to believe in your ability to navigate the twists and turns of life. It means not depending on others to validate your worth or your dreams. When you walk this path, you must be willing to face your fears, doubts, and insecurities without looking to anyone else for reassurance. The strength to do this comes from knowing that you are the only one who truly understands your journey. Others may walk beside you, they may offer advice, but no one can walk your walk. That's something you do on your own. When you trust yourself, you stop seeking permission. You stop waiting for approval, validation, or signs that you're on the right path. You begin to understand that your decisions, even when they seem uncertain or unclear, are a part of your growth. You know that failure isn't a reflection of your worth, but a necessary step towards learning. When you fail, you learn. You grow. You adapt. And in doing so, you build strength, not just physical strength, but an inner resilience that keeps you moving forward, even when the world around you is falling apart. Self-reliance is also about recognizing your own capabilities. The world often underestimates what one person can do on their own. We're taught to look outward for solutions, to depend on others for advice, and to rely on society's expectations for our next move. But the moment you realize that you can be your own solution, that's when true power is unlocked. You start seeing the world differently, as a place of opportunities instead of obstacles. The woman who walks alone knows that the first step in overcoming any challenge is to trust in her own ability to handle it. She doesn't wait for someone to come along and save her. She knows that saving herself is the most powerful thing she can do. This doesn't mean that self-reliance is about isolation. It doesn't mean that you don't seek help when needed. What it means is that you're not waiting around for someone else to give you what you need. You take responsibility for your own life, for your own dreams, and for your own future. You understand that if you want something, you must be the one to go after it. You can collaborate with others, learn from them, share with them, but you are not dependent on them to define who you are, what you can achieve. When you embrace self-reliance, you begin to realize that strength isn't just about pushing through the hard times. It's about recognizing when you need to pause, reflect, and assess where you are. It's the wisdom to know that strength doesn't always come from charging forward. Sometimes strength comes from standing still, from knowing when to let go, when to release the need to control everything, and when to trust that the universe has a way of working things out. The woman who walks alone isn't afraid to sit with herself, to listen to her inner voice, and to trust the guidance that comes from within. Strength also comes from the knowledge that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Life will bring its challenges, no doubt about it. There will be moments that will test you in ways you never imagined. There will be times when you feel like you can't go on, when the weight of the world seems unbearable. But the woman who walks alone knows that within her, there is always the ability to push through, to rise, to fight another day. She is not immune to pain, but she knows that pain doesn't define her. It's just a chapter in her story, one that will eventually pass, leaving her even stronger than before. This strength is not born from a place of arrogance. It's not about thinking you know it all or that you're better than anyone else. True self-reliance comes from humility. It comes from the understanding that you are a work in progress, that you don't have all the answers, and that there is always room to grow. It comes from the courage to face your own flaws and limitations and to acknowledge that you are still learning. In this learning, you build strength, not the kind that comes from pretending to have it all together, but the kind that is born from embracing your imperfections and still moving forward with purpose. The woman who walks alone does not let fear control her. Fear is something we all face. It can freeze us, paralyze us, make us second guess every move we make. But when you have self-reliance, fear becomes just another obstacle. You don't avoid it. You face it head on. You understand that fear is just a signal, a sign that you're about to step into something new, something unfamiliar. You understand that the only way to grow is to step outside of your comfort zone. The more you face your fears, the more you realize that they are not as powerful as they seem. They lose their grip on you because you've learned to trust yourself more than the fear itself. Self-reliance is also about self-discipline. It's about waking up every day and doing the work even when no one is watching. It's about pushing through the hard days, the days when your motivation is low and the world feels like it's pressing down on you. It's about setting goals and sticking to them, not because someone else is expecting you to, but because you are expecting it from yourself. You understand that success doesn't come from shortcuts. It comes from hard, consistent work. It's about showing up for yourself, even when no one else is around to do it for you. When you walk alone, you also become more attuned to your intuition. Self-reliance means trusting your gut, your inner compass, to guide you on your journey. It means listening to that quiet voice inside that tells you when something feels right or wrong, even when logic might suggest otherwise. The woman who walks alone doesn't need everyone else's opinion to know what's best for her. She understands that the only way to truly know yourself is to listen to yourself. Her intuition becomes her most trusted guide, and over time, she learns to rely on it more and more. Self-reliance is also about creating boundaries. When you walk alone, you have the power to decide what and who you allow into your life. You are no longer beholden to anyone else's expectations or demands. You understand the importance of protecting your energy, your peace, and your time. You don't allow people or situations that drain you to take up space in your life. You know that in order to continue moving forward, you must protect your mental and emotional health. And by doing so, you maintain the strength to keep walking your path, regardless of the challenges you face. In walking alone, you also learn the value of independence. It's not about rejecting others or pushing them away, but about recognizing that you are your own person, capable of making decisions, charting your course, and standing firm in your convictions. Independence allows you to be free from the need to please others or to seek constant reassurance. It allows you to make decisions based on what is right for you, not what is expected of you. When you are independent, you give yourself the freedom to live authentically, without fear of judgment or rejection. You no longer seek validation from others because you have learned to validate yourself. Self-reliance and strength are the foundation of everything. They are the qualities that allow you to rise, to overcome, and to continue. They are not just about surviving, but about thriving, about becoming the best version of yourself. When you walk alone, you find strength in yourself that you never knew existed. And in that strength, you discover the power to create your own destiny, to face whatever comes your way with confidence, and to inspire others to do the same. The woman who walks alone is a force that cannot be stopped, because she knows that within her lies everything she needs to succeed. And that, my friends, is a power that no one can ever take away. Belief in one's own potential is not just a passing thought, a fleeting feeling that comes and goes with the winds of circumstance. It is the very foundation upon which every step you take in life rests. It is the invisible force that propels you forward when doubt, fear, and uncertainty would like nothing more than to keep you standing still. It is the unwavering knowledge that you are capable of achieving greatness, not because the world tells you that you are, but because you know deep down that you are meant for something bigger than just surviving. You are meant to thrive, to live fully, to express the highest version of yourself. The first step in building belief in your potential is understanding that it doesn't come from external sources. Too many people look outside themselves for validation. They wait for others to tell them they are worthy, to tell them they are capable, to tell them that they can accomplish their dreams. But the truth is, no one can give you the power to believe in yourself. That power is within you, waiting to be unlocked. It's not about waiting for the world to give you a sign. It's about looking inward and realizing that you already have everything you need to succeed. The person you need to believe in the most is yourself, because if you don't, no one else will. Believing in your potential doesn't mean thinking that you are perfect or invincible. It doesn't mean that you won't face challenges or setbacks along the way. In fact, true belief comes from accepting that there will be hard times, that there will be moments when it feels like the odds are stacked against you, but you choose to keep going anyway. It's about having the courage to continue despite the obstacles, because you know that they are only temporary roadblocks on the way to something greater. Every difficulty, every trial is an opportunity for you to learn, to grow, and to prove to yourself that you can handle whatever comes your way. It's easy to get discouraged when the road is tough, when the journey seems endless, and when you feel like you're not making any progress. But this is where belief in your potential truly matters. When the world tells you that you can't, that you should quit, that it's too hard, that you're not good enough, your belief in yourself is the shield that protects you. It's the armor that keeps you going when everyone else would give up. It's that inner voice that whispers, "You've got this," even when the world around you is telling you otherwise. And it's that voice that you have to listen to because it knows the truth. It knows that you are capable of more than you realize. When you believe in your potential, you start seeing the world through a different lens. You begin to view challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. When you face difficulty, you don't cower in fear or shrink back from the challenge. Instead, you step up. You take the challenge head on, because you know that overcoming it will only make you stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You see every failure not as a defeat, but as a lesson. It's a stepping stone to success. Every time you fall, you get back up stronger than before. The person who believes in their potential understands that success is not a straight line. It's a journey filled with ups and downs, twists and turns. But it is always worth the ride, because every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward becoming the person you are meant to be. To believe in your potential also means to believe in your capacity for change. Too often, people get stuck in the past. They allow their past mistakes, their past failures, and their past experiences to define who they are and what they are capable of. But belief in your potential means recognizing that who you were yesterday does not dictate who you can become tomorrow. You have the power to reinvent yourself, to grow, to evolve. The past is just that past. It doesn't have to control your future unless you allow it to. Believing in your potential means giving yourself permission to start fresh, to try again, and to chase your dreams regardless of what happened before. The only thing that can limit you is the belief that you are limited by your past. And that is a lie. Belief in one's. Empowering others is one of the most profound and impactful actions you can take. It is the act of lifting someone up, helping them recognize their own worth, and inspiring them to achieve their fullest potential. When you empower others, you are not just giving them something material or temporary, you are giving them something that lasts far beyond any single moment. You are offering them the belief in themselves, the confidence to step into their own power, and the courage to pursue their dreams. Empowering others is not about doing things for them, it's about equipping them with the tools, knowledge, and mindset to achieve their own success. At its core, empowerment is rooted in understanding that everyone has untapped potential. Everyone has gifts, strengths, and abilities that are waiting to be recognized and developed. However, too often people fail to see these qualities in themselves. They get bogged down by self-doubt, fear of failure, or societal expectations that tell them they are not enough. Empowering someone is about breaking through those limitations and showing them what they are truly capable of. It's about helping them understand that they are worthy of success, that they are worthy of happiness, and that they have everything within them to make their dreams a reality. True empowerment comes from leading by example. It's about living your own life in such a way that you inspire others to do the same. When you show up authentically, when you stand firm in your values, when you live with purpose and integrity, you set the stage for others to do the same. People are more likely to be empowered when they see someone else walking the walk, someone who has faced challenges, overcome adversity, and continued moving forward despite the obstacles in their path. It's in your actions, your decisions, and your strength that others find the motivation to step up and take control of their own lives. When you empower others, you also empower yourself. There is a deep satisfaction that comes from knowing that you've had a positive impact on someone else's life. It is a ripple effect that spreads far beyond the immediate moment. When you help someone see their own potential, they are more likely to go on and empower others. And so the cycle continues. Empowerment is contagious. It creates a network of strength, encouragement, and resilience that spreads through communities, workplaces, and even entire societies. One empowered individual has the power to inspire and uplift countless others. By empowering others, you help create a culture of growth, supporting collective success. One of the most powerful aspects of empowerment is the ability to help others see the value in their own story. Too many people downplay their experiences, thinking that they are not worth sharing or that they don't have anything unique to offer. But every person's journey is valuable, and each experience carries lessons that can inspire others. When you empower someone, you help them recognize that their story matters. You help them see the wisdom in their struggles, the strength in their challenges, and the beauty in their resilience. You give them the confidence to share their story with the world, knowing that it can make a difference in someone else's life. Empowerment is also about creating an environment that encourages growth. It's about giving people the space and the freedom to fail, to try again, and to succeed on their own terms. Too often, people are held back by the fear of failure or by the expectations of others that they have to meet certain standards to be considered successful. But real empowerment comes when you allow others the grace to be imperfect, to make mistakes, and to learn from those experiences. It's about creating a culture where growth is valued over perfection, where effort is celebrated, and where mistakes are seen as opportunities for learning and development. One of the most significant ways to empower others is through encouragement. Simple words of affirmation can have a profound impact on someone's confidence and self-worth. Sometimes all a person needs is for someone to believe in them, to see their potential, and to tell them that they are capable of achieving great things. Encouragement doesn't have to be grand or dramatic. It can be a quiet, consistent reminder that they are worthy, that they are enough, and that their dreams are valid. When you encourage someone, you are planting the seeds of confidence in their heart. You are giving them the courage to take that first step to pursue their goals and to believe in themselves. Empowering others also means being willing to listen. So often we rush to give advice or solutions without taking the time to truly hear what someone is going through. But sometimes Empowerment comes in the form of simply being present for someone, listening to their struggles and validating their feelings. When someone feels heard, they feel valued, they feel understood, and that understanding can unlock the door to their own self-empowerment. It's not always about giving answers. Sometimes it's about creating a safe space where someone can express themselves, explore their emotions, and gain the clarity they need to move forward. Another key aspect of empowerment is fostering a sense of independence. True empowerment isn't about making someone dependent on you or your advice. It's about giving them the tools and the knowledge they need to stand on their own 2 feet. It's about teaching people how to solve their own problems, how to trust their own judgment, and how to take responsibility for their own lives. When you empower someone to make decisions for themselves, you give them the freedom to create their own path. You help them build the confidence to trust their instincts and to take control of their future. Independence is a form of strength, and when you empower others in this way, you help them unlock their own inner strength. Empowerment is also about recognizing and celebrating the successes of others. Too often, we get caught up in our own achievements and forget to acknowledge the accomplishments of those around us. But when you celebrate others, you show them that their success matters. You remind them that they are valued and that their hard work and dedication have paid off. Celebrating others' victories not only reinforces their belief in themselves, but also strengthens the bonds between people. It creates an environment where success is shared, where collective growth is valued, and where everyone feels supported in their journey. Empowering others requires patience. It requires understanding that growth takes time and that everyone's journey is different. You can't rush someone's process or force them to become who you think they should be. You can offer guidance, support, and encouragement, but ultimately the journey is theirs to take. Patience is key in allowing others to find their own path, to make their own mistakes, and to learn at their own pace. By being patient, you give people the space they need to grow into the individuals they are meant to be, without pushing them to conform to someone else's timeline. It's important to recognize that empowerment isn't just about the big moments. It's also about the small, everyday actions that help someone feel seen, heard, and valued. It's about offering a helping hand when someone is struggling, offering a kind word when they're down, or simply showing up for them when they need support. It's about being consistent in your efforts to lift others up, knowing that every act of kindness, every moment of encouragement adds up over time. Empowerment isn't always a grand gesture. Sometimes it's the little things that make the biggest difference. Empowering others is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time event or a single conversation. It's a continuous commitment to helping others see their value, reach their potential, and believe in themselves. It's about showing up for people in both their highs and lows and always reminding them that they have the power to overcome anything that comes their way. When you empower others, you don't just change their lives in that moment, you change the trajectory of their entire future. You help them realize that they are capable of achieving great things, and in doing so, you help create a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. The ripple effect of empowerment spreads far and wide, creating a culture of growth, strength, and possibility. When you empower others, you create a legacy of inspiration that continues long after the initial spark.